in a S factor, if I remember correctly. So now, of course, it is a vengeance time, both straight to business, and as we do that, look at that.
He's never not jamming.
It looks like K-pop.
Yeah, could be. Maybe last twice. Could be last twice. Momo the twice. But still, we will find out soon. Somebody's bound to ask Manny what he's listening to. Either way, let's get down to business, because Luigi, Steve, never an easy matchup. And again, you can't really say that any character versus Steve is easy, but Luigi generally has it pretty rough when having to break those blocks. Granted, we, of course, have some prime examples of top-tier Luigis doing some solid work against Steve's, namely Raru over there in Japan. WaKa defeated Raru at some point, so of course he knows what he's doing. And now this might actually turn into a pretty big combo, but no, it seems that Manny knows his DI, so he's just going away.
Wanted to go for that up B, for the up smash, sorry, and the TNT is gonna blow up. Okay, there's no persons in the vicinity. Great parry right there by WaKa in order to get denial to that minecart going. And the spot dodge, once again, WaKa knows his ways around it, and it won't be able to affect him whatsoever. Wanted to go for another one. The minecart this time hits, and Manny still running and getting those materials up and down as he gets diamond into the mix, and even more stone. Might as well call himself Dr. Stone. Badumts.
Heard around the world. Still, seems like it's going to be a pretty slow matchup. I think that Manny knows the risk of approaching Luigi nonchalantly, so he will definitely take his time. Granted, Steve's always benefit from taking their time. Like, I don't see too many Steves rushing in for the fight, especially when they don't have diamond tools. Not that Steve cannot box without them, but it's definitely a bit of a disadvantage when you don't have your best tools at your disposal. And here, WaKa is going to have... Oh, he's going to get lucky with a misfire, and that will lead him back into center stage. WaKa also knowing that if he breaks the crafting table, he's going to force Steve to use more materials. So once again, draining that inventory. That's what you want to see. And look at that, even avoiding the amble and the minecart, avoiding pretty much everything that Manny's throwing at him.
What a tech!
And Tech King, oh my god!
What a tech it was. The block was almost gone, and it helped WaKa stay alive for a couple of more moments, as he is not going down without a fight, utilizing that plunger to its full potential. There's not going to be a punish defer, but still not going to be quite enough, as we now see that he is setting up great way to use the amble, but unfortunately not going to be quite as expected to work that way. The backer, once again, WaKa is having Manny where he wants it, takes yet another stock, and we are now looking at a last stock situation as Manny is starting to gain up those materials that he needs. He has the diamonds, he had everything, and WaKa is making sure he gets rid of the crafting table, but Manny just spawns it again, and well, 167% to 17% for the difference. Is this one stock now?
Hey, but at some point, WaKa had a 2-stock lead, and more power to him for finding that against Steve. Again, the patience paying off. And sometimes you're forced to be patient. Like, what will you do in these kinds of setups where the blocks are on your way? You either keep on hitting them, you've put yourself in lag, Steve can just quickly back air you. There's always a risk to take, but WaKa has been so good at measuring that same risk and not going for anything that he cannot control. Like, there's that one back here on the block, right? But he, instead of breaking it, he makes the other one weak so that Manny cannot go in and attack him either. Like, he's smart at using Manny's own blocks against him at times. But unfortunately, he does find himself running into a few too many attacks, so you can see it building up in his percentage. And of course, Manny knows when to back down. It's not all about going forward, I insist. But here's WaKa, down B connects, and he can't seem to hit the second back here now. But still, it's a lead, there's a stock difference, and Manny keeps on taking some percentage off punishment as well.
WaKa making sure he gets a little bit of space, but Manny is going to be throwing down the anvils into him. And just like that, this could be it, waiting for the air dodge, but the anvil is going to be there. Manny has enough iron for approximately one more or maybe two more anvils. We saw that one block equals one single minecart. And while the percentages are even, the trap is going to be placed. WaKa falls down, and Manny first game against WaKa with that forward smash.
Sucks for WaKa, as he was definitely playing the patient game. But I do like how Manny recognizes when his opponent enters a laggy state. There's definitely more than a few occasions in which the opponent is just defenseless against whatever Steve is about to put in front of them, and WaKa ran into those traps a couple of times. Now Manny here, he still has to go through 2 more games of that if he wants to make it to Grand Finals. And I think that WaKa has a few tricks up his sleeve. Small Battlefield seems to be the next place we're headed to. And stay hydrated, and stay jamming like Manny if you want to reach top 3 at a national. Still, game number 2, and I think WaKa came out of this one with a ton of learnings, or a lot of new stuff. I just found out about Manny's game plan, but still, we're headed into it, my boy. This ain't over yet.
It is not going to end until one of these two walk out right there to Grand Finals. So this second game is going to be a really one to decide. It will be a decider. We either go to a guarantee game number 4, or we are going to be left into a possible last game 3 and this best of 5. Of course, WaKa having a little bit of issues to accommodating, but still able to get a little bit of a fair. Un cachetadón, but not gonna be quite enough to pull it off. Luigi able to pull through, but the grab, stone, still the anvil is going to cause, and it's causing a lot of distraction and the bad moments for WaKa as he is looking to adapt over it. He killed him with a dash attack.
Just the cachetadas, my boy. Just clap, 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 slap, slap, slap. That's all it takes, and sometimes Luigi's find those kills in very unorthodox ways. But you know what? WaKa has been trying, man. He's been going for those grabs, he's been going for the back airs, maybe even the down Bs. And those might not do the trick, but you know where he is finding Manny vulnerable? On the edge, when he's just getting back. And oh, look at this! The call-out of the trajectory in the up B! Going to land right into Luigi's boot. And that's a down smash, sorry, to finish things off. I'm getting 2 rivals pilled here. I keep saying strong instead of smash, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean. And Manny here with 84% on him. Like, WaKa's a different beast here in Small Battlefield.
Absolutely, the counter pick did wonders for him so far. We're looking at a possible 3-stock, and Manny is in trouble. The neutral air is going to be able to, and the anvil is gonna place Manny right in a silver platter just for WaKa to back air and win entirely. Now we're tied up 1 apiece in this series.
And a much faster game too. Oh, apologies for those motorcycles if you heard it. But still, a much faster game. And Manny lasted, what was that? I believe 1 minute and 53 seconds or so. Like, it just wasn't quite as effective. So, if you are Manny, you're trying to bring WaKa to a bit of a wider stage, and it's going to be Hollow Bastion this time. There's still a platform in play. So I don't think it's going to be, all or nothing. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, not Hollow Bastion. Town and City. Even wider. Granted, I am not super sure how much iron he's going to get in this stage. So maybe WaKa's going to have an easier time playing around Anvil and Minecart if there isn't that much iron to be mined here. I mean, look at the stage. It should be mostly wood, right? He's still going to start out with 3 pieces of iron, though. And, oh, he already got 3. So never mind. Maybe it's not that uncommon.
Great parry. So maybe could be possibly looking at WaKa learning the timing to get that. Of course, only when you are down on the ground level. Great parry. Now it's time for Manny to start racking up some damage. 89% of the situation. The fireball from Luigi is going to ignite the TNT, but still no one is going to be there. It will be explode, and no one is going to be having it. The anvil is placed, but it will be disappearing before the block dissolves entirely. And now this could be one for WaKa of the situation. Side tilt, and I really like how he is starting to place it. And just look how much wood this man has. Oh my god, that's a back here to a stock.
Again, WaKa has been looking for those, and thankfully he is finding them again. If you're a WaKa fan, you're also hoping that he will maybe find a fast stock of those side platforms, or at least forcing money into these kinds of situations. The down air is not enough just yet. Another up B, and yes, Money will make it back. You need to force him way lower if you want to make sure that Steve gets game. But look at that, it's an up B, an untouchable top up B at that. And this is the the third time now that WaKa has been up by 2 stocks. The problem is the game 1, he did not quite close it out. This might be different, much like last match.
Absolutely, just doing an amazing job. The minecart is not gonna be enough, and I just want to. I saw some comments on the chat. Yes, the stage affects the frequency of what materials you are going to get with Steve. We are seeing it right now. Steve, when he is mining, will be using the axe. That means that he will be mining wood more frequently, and the dirt will be unobtainable due to how just the rate works. Dirt is unobtainable in this map, but you will get more wood to make up the difference for it. But still, WaKa doesn't care. WaKa is here to get the kill, backyard of the situation, and it could be it, but allows him to go back, and the minecart is just like that, right there up for the picking. Great grab. The humble gets thrown, but still not gonna be enough, as WaKa is looking to get that Luigi side glow. Maybe not. That backyard that will end up in a kill. 2 games against 1. WaKa is in the lead.
And not just in the lead, I think he's got some momentum on his side. Like I said, 3 games so far in which he eventually gets a 2-stock lead. Whether he can go all the way with it or not, we have yet to see that be consistent. He did lose that advantage in game 1. But now into game 4, man, it's a very complicated story. Mani is on the verge of elimination. This is where he is going to start throwing everything against the wall and see what sticks. We're back in Town and City, by the way, so once more, it might not be quite as easy to access those iron tools, but hey, you've got them at least for a little bit. There are the fireballs, oh no, and kind of backfiring on WaKa as it explodes right on his face, but you know what, there isn't that much iron. Mani needs to be extra smart with how he uses it.
The amount of materials that Mani is using is just absurd. Man is using every single material down to the very last one of them. Has barely any dirt left. And wow, WaKa utilizing the small gap that was placed to get the plunger right in Mani's face, but still not gonna be quite enough. Has already a diamond and gold bar to work with, and the diamond tools have now appeared. Still, Mani trying to recover and still has not much of a percentage lead, but the anvil is going to allow him to get the stock lead.
And here comes Mani. Yep, he is going to eat another fist, and that's going to make things even once more. He spawns with a lot more iron. WaKa kind of forgets that the side B was there at play, and Mani is now going to eat a big combo off of that single grab. Not quite the death, of course, but still making things a bit more even, and WaKa carries him to the top! Down B is not yet going to take away Mani's stock, but you know what? The medicine's there, and this should do it! Yes, sir! Possible final stock for Mani in this entire tournament!
Last stock situation, the TNT is going to be ignited and exploding. WaKa, with a huge advantage, knows that he has the upper hand. It's a game up in the scoreboard and knows that he has him by the throat, basically, as he is not going to allow him to get a single more moment of advantage. WaKa knows this. WaKa will find and will make Mani approach the way he wants it, even if the timer runs to 0. If we were to end it right now, WaKa would end up winning due to how, well, the rules work, but the minecart is going to tie up the situation. Even stocks, even percentage, but the games are going to be smiling in the way of WaKa as he is 1 up ahead, and Mani is looking to be in trouble right now, but still able to escape and try up to get as much damage as possible. WaKa doesn't want to get near because he knows that diamond hurts like a truck.
The unbreakable. But you know what? Mani still kind of forced to mine and step back. And if he starts setting up a few walls, they're going to be iron walls, and Yep, those are just going to be extra hard to break, and yep, WaKa having a few issues when facing off against that particular material. There's a ton of iron in play now, and Manny lays his minecart too, trying to force WaKa into his trap. It's not working yet. WaKa, oh, he's gonna get stuck, but he makes it back to the station. That's what matters to him, and Manny still got the lead in the percent department. Fed, I'm not super sure what's about to happen here, but WaKa is fishing for that grab, and just getting one of those might end things here for Manny. And Manny is so eager not to land next to WaKa. He is playing in the air so long, and of course throwing a few minecarts here and there, forcing WaKa into the air. And there you have it, the backer once again slowly building the percent.
The anvil and the minecart could basically wrap this up in favor of Manny, but WaKa knows it. WaKa needs to step down and not get a little bit too careless, but so does Manny. Like you said, all he needs is just a grab, but the again, it's gonna be enough. We are going to be heading into a game number 5 as WaKa falls short against the anvil, not Steve, the anvil.
Very much so. The anvil has been the key factor here for the most part, as Manny has gotten more than a few of those stocks taken away with it. Just forgetting that the down air is in play can mean the difference between elimination and qualification into those grand finals. But unfortunately for WaKa, he does not have the same tools to counter Anvil as many of the other characters did. And now Manny is absent. I'm not super sure what's happening here, but he does seem to have taken a bit of a step back away from the chair. Like, what's going on? Pain, dile a este niño que regrese.
A lot of stuff can literally happen, so we're just going to be waiting to see what is up. See, the players are going back. Ah, okay. Fue a tirar el miedo. Got it.
Mid-set? He went to the bathroom mid-set? So, yeah, just so you guys know, he went to the bathroom mid-set. and apparently he asked WaKa, and WaKa was fine with it. So that's why they're letting them roll with it.
I mean...
Oh, that was fast. I'll give him that. That was fast.
Absolutely.
Well, and right back into business, actually. I hope he washed his hands. I'll say that much. But still, we're back to town and city. And look at WaKa. He's like, yeah, you're going to the bathroom? Nah, you're going out of this tournament, buddy. Slap, slap, slap. And welcome to another one. Look at that. Fists, too. And WaKa here, I mean, dealing with the minecart is so complicated. But look, he already delivered so much damage. That's going to be enough B. And man, if Manny was trying to ice WaKa out, I think he iced himself.
That was a quick one, but still, this could be something weird off stage, but still nothing happens with both of these players. They both were able to recover without any single issue. The crafting table is back in play. Both players there themselves. And, well, Manny is a little bit of a trouble right there, as WaKa has him basically at the edge every single time. Look at that downer, one backer once again, and another one, and another one. Oh, and the downer that wanted to connect, unfortunately won't be the case. Now looking to hunt for that kill. 97% has now the iron and the diamond and the gold bar, has everything down in his inventory, and minecart is gone, and not gonna be quite enough for WaKa. He is still living, he is still thriving, and now he's gone.
It's not a lead gone, however. He's still got quite some mileage from the percentage alone. And now he deals with the minecart. Look at that! He actually challenges the minecart with the down B. He is going to end up knocking Manny out from the top blast zone. And he's starting a new combo. Once again, the dash attack putting a ton of percentage into. And Manny, well, he does have some wooden tools. I mean, things are not looking good for him in terms of the crafted materials that he does have, or the crafted tools that he has. The weaponry, though, yep, it's going to be diamond now. He's got the sword with him, and this might be the turn that he needed. Oh no, but he's gonna get spiked. That's going to be it. WaKa ending things less than 2 minutes in to this game number 5, and now he's going into the grand finals versus Spargo, getting the run back.
Blink and you'll miss it moment. You weren't looking. Well, that's too bad for you because WaKa just took it by surprise. Like you said, less than 2 minutes is what he needed on this last game of the grand final of the losers finals in order to pay his ticket back into the grand finals. And well, now he's be heading and fighting once again against Spargo in these grand finals in order to see who will be the champion of this first iteration of Delfino Raza.
It would be pretty cool if they gathered all of the different Delfino champions and made a champion of champions of sorts. But hey, that's just an idea. Just tossing the idea, champion of champions for Delfino. It would be pretty great. But you know who is next in line to maybe become a champion? It's either WaKa or Spargo. And this is once again a run back of run backs. These guys have played for so long. And this time, it's a grand finals outside of their own region. This is not the first time it's happened, I believe. But hey, I wouldn't be surprised if it would be the first time ever, given that, you know, they're usually in very different bracket paths and everything. But the closest they've been to a bracket outside of their own region was the recent